Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you now. What's good?
Hey, bro.
Yo, bro. What's
I
up?
am on a roll of good takes,
Okay,
back to
let's
back,
hear it.
and
I
I'm
have
feeling hot.
disagreed. I have already disagreed with the Nadia one. And then I'm probably gonna disagree with your take on the Elon Musk thing too. So let's hear it.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Finally, holy shit!
Let's hear it.
Listen,
What do you got?
I'm so prepared for this battle. You have no idea. Okay,
Okay, I love that.
I've been grinding the argumentative battles. Okay.
Okay, I love that. Let me hear it.
All right. Okay. Okay. Tell you what. Tell you what. Okay. So tell me your rundown about the take about Nadia slash Asmonbald.
Oh, you want to start there?
Yeah, it's
Um,
tame. So we're good.
I think everyone, including Charlie Moist Critical, who also admitted it, including myself, have had a moment where like people who are willingly donating hate donos get to a level where it's so fucking annoying that you just like literally turn around and threaten them, right? And be like, listen, I know your fucking real name, bitch. I've done it. There's Nazi donos that have donated to me famously many times over, and I will literally be like, I know your name. I know your last name, and you're stupid enough to fucking donate to me with your school email. Now, I'm not going to reveal any of these things right now, but if I wanted to, I could go to your fucking dean and get you literally, banned from your school, suspended from your school. Why are you so stupid that one, you're a Nazi, and two, you're literally fucking donating with your real government name, with your school email, saying shit like, kill all the Jews or whatever. That's a real thing that happened. So that's the way I have dealt with it, right? That's the way I've dealt with it in the past. As far as like openly revealing someone's real name, okay, their government name, again, this person is willingly fucking putting their name out there. This person is willingly donating like a fucking idiot. And I know you know this better than anybody else because people donate hate donos to you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they're giving you their fucking private information to shit on you and also giving you money to shit on you. I think it's a little valid to, put a little bit of fear into them. I know that chatters will disagree with this, but if you're a good chatter and if you're not a fucking piece of shit, if you're not running around spreading hate in people's communities, then like don't volunteer it. You know what I mean? Don't volunteer your name to fucking do hate donos, and you won't have problems.
Okay. So my take was you being weak, in my opinion, is kind of on you, right? Or on me in that sense, right?
I don't think it's a bad thing, is what I mean. I think what Nadia did was wrong as far as like revealing full name, maybe first name, Max, you know what I mean? Just to get that fear. Do I think she deserves a perma? Absolutely not. If she had revealed this person's email, she deserves a ban, certainly. If she had revealed this person's like home address, she deserves a permanent ban, absolutely. But just the name alone is not enough for like someone to be doxxed, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I do think you have a valid point. I heard one of the points you made, which is like, oh, well, it hurts other people as well with the same name potentially. You know, there's like a
not even that. I mean, that's kind of far fetched because people wouldn't take a long shot on like a common name. Anyway, okay. So another one of my new takes that I haven't said yet, okay, is that basically when you're like a streamer, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've got the mass, right? So you're like at the cons, you're like the guy in front, and some guy, right, is in the crowd and like throws a bottle at you, right? I think this is actually a really good comparison. So he throws a bottle at you, right? Yeah, it could hurt you. Yeah, it could do this. It could do that. Yeah, it could. But most of the donos you're gonna get, right? The people are gonna say they're insults, but they're not really gonna hurt you. Like the bottle in this sense when you're in your concert isn't gonna hit, right? But if you say, yo, guy in the crowd, red shirt, Danny Vespucci. Yo, what are you doing, dumb fuck? Guys, it's him right there with the red shirt. And then they jump and they start punching his ass, right? I think you leading the crowd and leading the people, you like when you say fuck around, find out.
You just leaked Danny Vespucci, by the way. You just leaked him, Danny.
Yeah. Well, he's already dead. Dead.
He's. They killed him, dude.
Well, rip this guy. But the guy in the crowd though, he's gonna hit with a way more massive and in numbers type shit compared to you, right? But on top of that, yours was like targeted and intentional, and you knew the repercussions of saying that to the masses, and you saying you don't know is bad. Bad. I think it's bad. You
Wait,
should
what?
you know. You saying
the repercussions
you know
of
for a
me saying
fact.
someone's name?
Yes, you know.
Oh
100%.
yeah, no, I agree. That's why I think that's why she did it. I think she did it because she was like, I want you to not do this anymore. You know what I mean? Like that's the reason why I literally said, I know your email, I know your name. You're fucking stupid enough to come to me and like say insane shit about the Jews and you know put it on the TTS Dono. Like I can use that. Like I will report you to obviously Streamlabs. I will report you to Twitch. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I did that without revealing the person's name personally. I did that without revealing the person's name. I do think that like if I had revealed that person's name because of who I am and because on top of that like what the controversy was or what the statement that person made was, I think people would probably come to my defense and say that is so fucked up that Twitch banned this person.
Okay. Okay. You know what? Okay. I will agree that if a person donates to you, right, technically their involvement with their personal information is from you to them or from them to you, right? So their involvement and the involvement of their personal information is on a purely private level, correct? If you say his name out there, you make it public, that's bad. But I believe that you have a point here that if you want to like report this guy to I guess the authorities or to his people or his email's work address, you can and probably even you should, right? Because he operated on a personal basis and you kept it that way, right? And you acted upon it privately, right? The minute you breach and you go public with anything, it makes you wrong and actually makes you worse than them. Worse.
No,
because
I don't
you
think
know,
so.
Why not?
I don't agree with that because like I think so when people, for example, send me nice stuff in the PO box or whatever, and I read their names out and I even say where they're from. Usually, that's not considered doxing. Or when someone on a donation charity stream puts their legal name, whether they know or not that they're putting their legal name on that donation. That's not considered doxing because those are positive instances where you are like positively associating a name and the act. The only reason why people are very upset about this is because this was a negative association where someone was outed as being like a shithead and they thought that they had the anonymity. They thought that they had the anonymity. I don't think that like the action itself, regardless of like willingly giving your name to the streamer opens you up to that, basically opens you up to that level of scrutiny or even having your private shit be leaked. Also, what is this? He doesn't understand intent and usage of their private info.
You're looking at my strat, man. He's on my strats, yo.
I'm stream sniping, dude.
Bro, you're sniping.
What the fuck is that, dude? Oh
Okay.
no,
Okay.
he wrote it.
Okay. Listen. What I was gonna stop you on, okay, is that okay. So if somebody, people like recognition often enough when they do positive things, but sometimes negative things if they think they can handle the backlash, right?
Yeah.
People always want to claim credit. Even sometimes people do really bad things in life and will come back later on, years later, and will self-report because they want some sort of claims. They want some sort of credits for what they did, right? Positive or negative. I think it's very obvious. And I think maybe you don't get that. If I'm sending you a Hasan L, hey man, your streams help my days be brighter, and I send you a fucking Rolex, okay? I know it's gonna be positive.
Yeah.
And there's probably very little risk of people being mad at me. So if I say my name is Jonathan Ross, okay, and I send you that, okay, then it's gonna be positive. So therefore, yeah, I'm doxxed, but I'm self-doxxed, and I know what's gonna happen from that.
Yeah.
Because the intent, the involvement of my personal information, right?
Yeah, people, you and I are in agreement on this, I think. Like,
Yeah,
we're both
yeah.
saying the same thing. It's like, if it's a positive thing, you don't care if your name is, like, associated with that action. If it's a negative thing, then you care, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, too.
It's why they don't do it, right? It's why they don't put their stuff in public. And they don't know right, with like their username or whatever the fuck that shows on screen, right, which is a layer of anonymity, they should be given that layer of anonymity, and whatever repercussions that they would have to face for what they do that's too far or incorrect or unjust or something that is very bad, you can definitely 100% handle that on your own without needing the public. Any actions required from something negative, right? You would be able to do it on your own without the help of the public. True.
Yeah, but you wouldn't put your address out there, right? Like you would not, even if it's a positive interaction. Like oftentimes you don't want to put your address out there, or you don't want to put like other identifiable factors. Like I think that there is a level of responsibility the streamer has to not reveal this person's information. But I also do think that like it's fair game if there is a certain level of involvement where like the person is like a routine harasser, or a person is like super fucking racist, where it is valid to at least reveal some piece of information to say, I know you, motherfucker. I know everything about you now. Because you're basically bullying them. Like you're scaring them.
So if you want to be double blind, I think you're okay. Like let's say your version wasn't leaked, right? And theirs isn't. If they say, yo, bitch, suck my balls, and you want to reply with like, hey, bitch, like now we both know each other, man. You're a moron. 2, I think you're still operating, even though the interaction is public, you're still operating private to private, right? Because he might know you and your info. Now you know his info, whatever the fuck, but it's still complete out blind from the public. I think things become too far when you make that gap towards public, right? And other people can choose however they want to react to that themselves, which is a very murky waters, because you don't know what the fuck they're gonna do, right? You know you're exposing, okay? You're exposing them to a territory you cannot control. And that can escalate very quickly.
Yeah, no. I get what you're saying. You're opening up. You're saying that the actions are disproportionate, right? Like you're saying that revealing someone's like name could potentially have like a sea of consequences for that person that can even get outside of your control, which is precisely why it's disproportionate action in that regard. Like that person was being a troll. There's like an established boundary there. Like, oh, trolls are not supposed to fucking, trolls are not supposed to have their identity be leaked or anything. I think a main point of contention here for us is, for the most part, the disagreement between like having someone's name and what you can do with it. I do think that like having someone's name, for example, if it was just the first name, it would be perfectly valid, right? I think you and I agree on that, right? If she had just said the first name, if she was like,
you don't have to go there though, do you?
Yeah, Jonathan, like I know where your name is, or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like you would not be as upset, right, with that?
I just don't think it's a territory that needs to become that, right? Because they chose anonymity, and you breached that, right? What if he keeps donating? One time you do his first name, later down the line you do his last name, and you're like, well, it wasn't doxing. People know. People connect the dots.
Well, I don't think that's
a territory
anyway.
That's you want to keep black and white and never gray.
I don't think that just the name is doxing. I think it's just like breaking anonymity to a certain degree, but I don't personally think that it's doxing to begin with. I do understand why it would make people be fearful of like, contributing on the internet, contributing their identity on the internet in any way.
Okay.
But I don't think it's doxing unless it's additional identifiable information. Like Asmongold did a chart where he talked about like a name and then also a phone number, or a name and also an email associated with it, a name or something that like two pieces of information that can legitimately start the doxing conversation. I think that is one of the main components, which is why I said immediately that if she had revealed the email address, then that is a valid reason to ban someone. If she had revealed their home address, that's a valid reason to permanently ban someone.
Yeah. So every tool you need in order to deal with a person doing that, you have them without the public. You can mute them, ban their email. You can report them to whatever the fuck in private. But in my opinion, okay, streamers are stupid. Okay,
I agree.
On the vast majority, okay, and leaving it to the creators / streamers to define what severity does the message has to be for them to leak a piece of information from somebody is by default stupid. If somebody will donate something and say, "Hey man, your hair looks very greasy today." Oh yeah, Barbie MacDonald 1 2 3 dog shit lane. Oh yeah, like that's come on, bro.
No. But I agree with that. That is so insanely unacceptable, which is why we are not leaving that kind of thing to the streamers to discern. We're leaving that to the platform, right? Like the platform has rules on it. Barbie MacDonald is the best name I've ever heard, by the way. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't think that. That's why I said if the actions committed by someone, if the actions, like if the hate dono wasn't just like someone being like, you're a cheater, and if it was something else, if it was something worse than that, most people would not even fucking talk about this. And I do think that if this was someone else, if this was someone like yourself, like let's be real, okay? If this is someone like yourself, you fucking turned around and you said like, Barbie MacDonald, okay? Fuck you. Your name is Barbie MacDonald. I'm sick and tired of you fucking talking shit. You've been talking shit for 11 hours, okay? If you had said that and you got banned for it and then subsequently unbanned, I would have 100% defended you. Like, I think that that's crazy. Like, and I think your fans would have defended you as well, if we're being real. And I think that you would not have deserved to be banned for that. And I don't think we would be talking about fucking, permanently banning you off the platform like a lot of other people are.
Okay, then let's say then the next day I get unbanned, right? You read the news, some unhinged viewer pulled up their name, right? Pull up their fucking phone book, check their phone number, sell their address, they live 2 streets down, right? And they go through a rock and it hits them on the head. And now they're in a coma. Right? Now Barbie MacDonald is in a coma because I said fuck you because they said you suck at Warzone, Baldy Andy.
I mean,
was the action proportionate? It's a outcome that's legitimately, I think, that could happen. Literally.
Okay, in that circumstance, I think the phone book is still infinitely more culpable in that situation, or wherever that person was able to access the address.
We both know how that works, unless you're really fucking stupid.
No, just by name alone, I don't think it's like enough for a dox. Like, I just don't think that. I don't think that a name alone is a dox. It's not. What? Yeah, no, I know.
Then why are you saying that then?
I know. Okay. But there's a difference. Anyway, we can't. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that. Not because you know it. Listen. It's not the same. I don't want to talk about that more, but it's not the same.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Like it is almost entirely dependent on how common the name is as well. But again, you need like multiple reasons, like multiple identifiers to be able to fucking figure out someone's address and then take action. In that circumstance, the person taking action is still infinitely more in the wrong than anyone else. Like, that's psychotic to like go to Barbie MacDonald and fucking do some crazy shit, like throw a fucking rock there. And I do think that the streamer would have some level of culpability in that regard for sure, but it still goes back to the same thing. Like, you can't. There's a level of reason here that you can conduct yourself on. There's a level that you can operate in within the confines of reason. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. See, I'm gonna go ahead and agree to disagree. I do feel 100% that if you leave a gray area for streamers, they will always go as close to black as possible. That you'll end up getting the result you would get out of going full black in that analogy, right? if you live with the streamers, you will always have the consequences of being in a full black area from leaving them in a gray area. It's why with streamers, or especially on social media, you have to make them go pure into pure white, and it has to be outlined entirely.
Yeah, it needs to be a black and white. It needs to be a black and white response. I do agree with that, but I think, like I said, ultimately that's still on the platforms that are allowing the donos to like literally give you fucking full names and shit too. I think more so than the streamers and how they manage it. But also on top of that, I don't think that she's like, but you and I, by the way, you and I are, I think, in agreement that like she doesn't deserve like a perma or anything, right? Like
a month.
When someone says doxing,
a month. Sorry, a month.
Oh, I don't think it's a month is valid.
Oh,
no
I
shot.
go. Oh, no. Hell no.
Oh no, no shot.
Out of all TOS infractions, when you think about, I think TOS needs to be there because of the reason why we have terms of service, in my opinion, okay, is to mitigate or stop potential damage, whether it's social damage or whatever damage, okay. But in my opinion, doxing and call to actions to violence and shit like that are the highest level of infractions possible.
I agree.
They can lead to a direct physical harm or harm to somebody out there, right? It's literally predictable almost, right? And it's why they should never back down, ever, or reduce bans, okay, on people that potentially could lead to somebody being harmed. It is the most, it is the biggest threat to the safety of the viewers and the streamers to let them get away with it.
I agree. I think that I think that doxing is like one of the worst things a fucking streamer could do. I 100% agree with you on that. I just don't think that having someone's legal name in that regard and revealing it in this way is doxing to the same magnitude as like having someone's address and openly revealing that, which is why I don't think it's worth a month.
Wait. She literally, okay. So then in order to navigate through this, okay, I got this lined up. In order to navigate through this topic, then you have to understand the intent. At that point, doxing happened, right? Which is step one, right?
Yeah.
Now from step one, sometimes doxing.
When someone says doxing, though, I immediately think like address. That's why you brought up the example of like someone's address, right? Like because that's the dangerous part of doxing is someone's home address, or the dangerous part of doxing would be finding someone's email, because then you can like access their accounts potentially. Like just by name alone, that's not the issue. If someone knows your name, they just fucking know your name. It's when they find your address that's a problem, right?
People that care enough will do that. And the people that go to extreme lengths will go to the extremes measures in order to get there. They 100% will. And you know for a fact that the information that was given is enough. But then, let me get to the next point. I'm not Gage Galloping. You can get me on that point later. You can on the notepad. Okay? But then, okay? When you say doxing, right? Then it's very important. Some doxing can be unintentional, right? Such as, you call me on my phone on stream, right? And you're like, hey, this is X, right? But you forget to add me as a contact, right? And it shows my phone number on screen, right? Now I'm doxed, right? Is it that big? Is it intentional? No. So you know what, dude? Maybe you're gonna get an automatic slap on the wrist. Maybe you're not. Who gives a fuck, right? In my opinion, whenever she said, for anybody who wants to know, that's his name. That is the moment that her intent was now characterized as malicious and intentional. And it's from that point on that the punishments need to be severe and need to be not backed down from, and it has to be black and white, bang, without backing down.
Yeah, like I said, you are personally giving your details, and some of those details that you're revealing are inappropriate because it's a one-to-one. Some of those details are not. It's no different than someone literally shit talking in the chat with their username that happens to be their full government name. If I fucking pulled them into the middle of the chat and go, fuck you, you know, Barbie MacDonald. How dare you? By the way, thank you for the 5 the subs, Barbie MacDonald. If I pull them to the chat and say fuck you, then someone goes, oh shit, that's their fucking legal name.
Well,
I'm gonna go after Barbie MacDonald.
Their problem. If you want to conduct yourself on the internet as a dumb fuck, okay, and jeopardize your own safety by doing that, and conduct yourself as a moron, okay, well, there are certain risks involved with that, right? And that's being called out or being known by name. That is kind of their problem. You probably shouldn't have your legal name on your ID if you do that, okay? But if they do, that's a little bit of their problem. It says username, not legal name, okay?
Yeah, their username happens to be their legal name. Plenty of people do that. That is willingly putting your username out on the internet, right? And conducting yourself in a specific way with your legal name that happens to be your username. It's the exact same as like willingly giving your legal name to a PayPal or to another platform. There are plenty of people who shit talk me and stalk my shit that don't do that, and I can't fucking catch them. You know what I mean? And I can't do something about it. But there are plenty of dumbasses who do. In that case, I think that when you are making a public donation, okay, with your username that also is associated with your legal name, you understand the potential repercussions.
Okay. In my opinion, somebody donating or somebody having their real name in their shit that they know for a fact, people know what systems will make them go public, right? Username in the chat, username on Dono, without name anywhere, right? In my opinion, if you do dumb shit with your real name as your username or real name as a donating username, right? You are smoking a cigarette at the gas station, okay? If let's say it explodes in your face, you know for a fact it could have happened. If somebody's at the gas station and they are not smoking at the station, right? And things blow up in their face, right? Because you decided, okay, to light it up. That's on you, not on them.
Fuck. Oh, my chat can hear you still, but I can't hear you. I don't know what happened. Wait, speak again?
Okay.
Oh, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay.
You see the gas station thing? Cigarette exploded?
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
If you don't know about your real shit, you are literally smoking a cigarette at the gas station. If things blow up, you know it could have happened. It happened. You have nobody else to blame but yourself, right? Most of the time. But if you donate full anonymous as a full private, which is lame, but understandably so, right? You are not smoking. If things do explode because you, Hasan, decided to light it up, light the gas on fire, right? And say, oh my God, but he was at the gas station. Yeah, but he wasn't smoking. You made it like that. You went a step further that lit the fire. There would be no fire without Hasan in this interaction. You are the one who did it. You are in the wrong.
What? I'm a little confused by this analogy. I'm not gonna lie.
If somebody is gassing up their car,
I'm not smart enough to understand what's going on here. So
if
like,
somebody isn't, go ahead.
Okay, you're saying that like if you're at a gas station, if you light a cigarette willingly and it blows up, it's your fault. But if you're at a gas station and someone else blows up the gas station because they lit a cigarette, and it's their fault. Okay. Right?
No. I'm saying if somebody's gassing their car up, right, and you, Hasan, you come up and then you light up the fire and it blew up in their face, and you said, "Oh yeah, but he was here, but he was at the gas station, bro." That would be the equivalent of saying, "But he donated it," right? But
what? No. I don't think it's a fair analogy.
No, yes, because he donated it anonymously. He donated in private.
Okay, let's get back to the basics here for a second. Do you think the person who wrote that donation, do you think that they were like operating in good faith, or do you think that they were abusing the opportunity that the platform had given them by sending a hate dono?
I genuinely think it is irrelevant, because whatever they're doing that is wrong, you can 100% mitigate or deal with whatever they're doing.
Yeah, there are better ways of dealing with it. There are better ways of dealing with it, certainly. But do you think that the action itself, because like we're talking about the action of the streamer, but we're rarely ever talking about the action of the donator in the circumstance. Like I personally think that there are certain instances where like a donator could do something so fucking egregious that like it is totally valid. Like if someone is sending me a death threat, for example, right? If someone is sending me a death threat, like and they put their dumbasses put their fucking actual full government name on there, I'm gonna fucking call them out by their full government name, right? I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna be like, listen, you know.
Okay, but then
And I don't think people.
But then
no. But it's not a death threat. I know it's not a death threat. But the reason why I'm mentioning is because I'm using it to show that it's like the intention or the action itself matters.
Okay. It is in my opinion that death threats are terrible and they should never happen. Should never do that to anybody. It's fucking terrible. Okay, don't do death threats ever. But for whatever they do, if they do a threat, right? A consequences needs to happen or could happen. And you as Hasan, as an individual, you have the resources and the tools at your disposal to make sure that this consequence happens, right? To whatever they did, right? Consequence, punishment. By leading it to the public, by saying to the public, you are opening up a playing field of having unpredictable, if not disproportional consequences to that person that could lead to way more than they did and has a high chance of doing so. Why?
I mean, a death threat is pretty bad. You know what I mean? It's like
it is bad.
saying
it is bad,
like I'm gonna kill you. You know what I mean?
Doesn't mean they should die.
No, I don't think that they should die either. But you know, it's just completely outside of the bounds of reason as to what might happen to that person, and like operating in that regard, like especially when you are using this fearful moment as a deterrent, I think it's valid. Like I'm using that fear as a deterrent in that circumstance. I'm using it as a way to make sure, like, listen, if you fucking do this shit, if you give me a death threat, like, I know your information. I can use that. Okay?
Exactly. And since you have that, you can literally just forward that to your
I love your chat, by the way. I love your chat saying I'm a fascist when the other motherfucker in the circumstance is like trying to kill me. Like so that guy's not a fascist. I'm the fascist for fucking saying, hey, I know your name and you're trying to kill me. That's crazy.
Okay. I don't think he's trying yet. Okay. I understand the severity. I'm not fucking stupid. Okay. But listen. If you forward this or you do it to yourself, to your agent or whatever, right? And he contacts the authorities and have all of his information, right? Whatever they did wrong, that is wrong, right? They will get the punishment that matches that according to the basis of the law, of justice. But by opening up a playing field, it's like gray area or nuanced, like, yo, guys, this guy, right? Legal name, bullshit. Somebody in the sea of viewers you have that might be absolutely cooked out the wazoo might actually tap them. And these are potentials that you don't want to explore because it's unpredictable and disproportionate, most possibly, to what they did. And it's a field you don't even want to approach. You don't even want to get there.
I know, but that's precisely why, like, when I pull up chatters, like, I know we can find their information easily. As a matter of fact, we have in the past. There was, I don't even know if we should talk about this. There was a moment where a chatter was, you know, let's not talk about it. Never mind. Anyway, but everyone has the methods to, even by username and like other commonly associated accounts, figure out exactly where you are. What you're saying is like I shouldn't even pull anyone's names up anymore. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. No, put
like
your
I could just like pull someone's name up like this in the chat. Is a dangle dude. You know what I mean? And you can use that, and people can use that in that situation.
But that guy in chat, that guy is smoking at the gas station. If this guy interacts with a said way, right, where he puts his name in there or puts his at risk, he is actively smoking a cigarette at the gas station.
Okay,
right?
So then you're basically saying that, like, you know, you're actively smoking a cigarette at the gas station if you willingly put your information into PayPal and then use PayPal as a platform to deliver a hate message, a hate dono to a streamer. And I agree with you on that.
No. Then that becomes more of a how do you call it? You know, it becomes more of a Mexican standoff type shit. Now it's you and them. Because the barriers that we have, there's a big machine, right? There's a big system underground, right? That's like the public and everything. But you're above right? And they chose to use the measures that are necessary for them to be on their own against you on your own, right? Because everything's private, right?
You agree with the hate donut being a negative thing, though, right? Like, because I don't know if we've like, you know, I don't know if we've been able to establish that, because I do think that like giving someone money to shit on them is a negative thing, and especially when it's like happening so frequently, it can become like a major problem and ruin the stream or thousands of other people that are watching, right?
Yeah. The reality is though is that they enjoy the stream to one way or another, or gives them some sort of value for their life enough to donate $5, right? And if you ban them, they are more of a negative, right? Than I think the negative that they've caused. Unless it's like very, very far fetched or whatever. But still, you ban them.
So
you
there's
mute
a
it.
gray so there's a gray line between like what you consider to be appropriate as far as a dono and what Nadia considers appropriate as far as a dono, right? So now that we've established that, like everyone has their own personal boundaries of how they want to conduct their stream. Me, for example, I regularly like to pull people up in my chat and address their takes and hear back from them, hear feedback from them. I know when I do that, if someone's username is also their personal government name, if they're saying something super fucking insane, that is going to make them look bad, right? Other chatters are going to start DMing them, other chatters, and I yell at chatters all the time. I tell them not to do that, right? But yet it's ultimately still not something that I can control. But because of the way I want to conduct my stream, because of the way I want to build my own community, and because I want to make sure that every single person has like the democratic opportunity to say whatever they want in my chat, I let that happen. And they know that when they come into the stream and say something stupid, they might get pulled up. Ultimately, after a certain point, what happens to them if they get like doxxed or something is not in my hands. It's in the hands of the fucking weirdo vigilante person who decided to take matters in their own hands and behave like a fucking crazy schizo person. You know what I mean?
Okay. And I'm gonna use one last analogy for this, okay? Okay, in my opinion, you have half of a point, but you don't, because I think you're being obtuse about half of it. I'm gonna fuck the gas station, okay? You're on the highway, okay? And some guy's driving his car, and his license plates, okay? If his license plates, okay? That's it. That's all he has. So technically, right? He could put anything he wants on there. Anything in the fucking world that he wants on there. X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. And
on a
with that,
license plate? Is that what you said?
Yeah, license plate. And let's say all the cars see him. He does some dumb shit, right? And there's no police in this world. Let's say you cannot find his legal name or his address with the license plate. You just can't do it, right? You're comparing this guy to some dumb fuck, right? Who changed his plate willingly to the government, have his plate named Rogers Jar Jar Binks, his full name, right? Like a dumb fuck. And then he cuts you off, hit and run, and you're like, hey, yo, wait, that's Jar Jar Binks, and you write it down, right? Well, that's his problem. He chose to smoke at the gas station. He willingly put some leverage against himself.
Yeah, he wanted anonymity, and he lost it the moment that he didn't realize that anonymity doesn't extend to PayPal. And I'm saying that, in all of your analogies, what you need to remember, is that whether it's someone throwing a fucking, a bottle at a comedian in a comedy store, or whether it's someone doing a hit and run, every single one of these instances are quite literally instances where someone is doing something illegal. And when you do something illegal like that, or when you do something that is completely outside of the bounds of reason and the rules in that circumstance, you, in that situation, might be hit back with something that you did not expect. And it's more of like a fuck around and find out type situation. Do you see what I'm saying?
That's bad, though. Dude, somebody cuts you off.
I agree. Vigilante justice is not good. I don't think that is an adequate thing.
But you know it will happen. So you got cut off in the middle of a street, and if it's fully crowded street, full of cars, right? And here's the son. You get hit and run, and they get braced in front of your car, right? Nobody's injured, but he's breaking the car. And the girl's starting to drive away, right? And then you go. You get out your window and say, yo, guys, I'm Hasan, I'm famous. That guy just fucked me up. Damn, that guy just fucked me, right? You know,
Yeah,
for a fact
but
there
if
might be a
someone
guy
fucked
who
me up,
rams
but
him
if
in
someone
a full
fucked me
street.
up, but like if someone fucked you up, you would want them to like get caught, right? Like
And
that's
I
what
take
I'm
license
saying.
plate and I report them privately. I don't say, yo, guys, that guy fucked me up, guys. I wonder what could happen if they know that his name was Barbie MacDonald. Then they'll fuck him up. You know they will. There's a good chance that they will.
I think I legitimately think that. By the way, the irony here is that we don't even know if this is the fucking person's real name, which is besides the point. We are just acting like it is, and that's fine for the sake of this argument, for the sake of this conversation. But like, like I said, I think it is more about, because I don't think that having someone's name out there is the same as like having their address or any sort of like identifying like one-to-one signifiers out there, leaking that. Unless they have like a very unique name, which I don't know. Barbie MacDonald is pretty unique, right? But there's still like fucking apparently 50 Barbie MacDonalds that live in California alone.
I said, yeah, I agree. But do you think that streamers are smart enough to think about these dynamics or not? Or think about it? In my opinion, no. And if Twitch
No, it
does
should
a
not
5-hour
be.
ban,
Yeah, you're right. It should not be left up to the streamer, which is why I think it's left up to the platform. And the platform has banned people in the past for like revealing someone's address. The platform has banned people. I think Ninja got revealed for doxing someone's like address or something. I don't know the entire thing. I think Ares was banned because someone donated the N-word to him, and then he leaked, I believe, their email address, which is valid, I think. And you know, no matter what happens, like obviously, if you leak their private information that's like a one-to-one that you can point to, then yeah, the platform certainly, yeah. Ninja apparently leaked someone's address in 2016. That's what they're saying in my chat. I don't know if that's true or not, but you got 48 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. Look, he received a 48-hour suspension for releasing the person's address who donated under a racist name in 2016. That's a 48-hour suspension. I think you and I both agree that that's perma-worthy, right?
What do you mean?
If you release someone's personal address, like
Twitch's terms of service and Twitch's safety and whatever changed a lot in the last.
yeah, no, I know. I'm just.
But this should have been a month. Yes, this should have been an instant month. Yes.
Yeah, and
Definitely.
you and I are in agreement on that. You and I are in agreement on that, and I think the platform. Basically, the platform is stating that like you get fucking clapped, you get a fucking perma, or you get a month for doing this, but you're only gonna get it. But you're only gonna get a day for just saying their name. That's what the platform is saying. Basically, it's not up to you to decide what is private information. Are you telling me that, or are you telling Felix that?
Okay. The thing is, it's important to always mix in the severity of the docs and the severity of the intent. Okay, and see. Okay, whether it's 1 month or perma, it really, in my opinion, perma, okay, is whenever there's probably or a good chance of a call to action with potential, if not predictable, results, right? There should be a month, if not more, 2 months, right, to somebody who does a hardcore docs with a little bit of a more nuanced intent. Intent is so important, and they're saying, guys, for those who want it, who? Okay, so tell me who wants it. Go ahead, tell me who wants it. When Nada says, for anybody who wants it, here's his name. Tell me exactly who wants it. Well, let's go with that.
Wait, if you think that like a home address is worthy of a month-long ban, you also think that like a person's name is nowhere near as bad as that, right? Like we established that, right?
No,
or are you saying that Twitch's TOS was like?
For me, it's the same thing. Don't do
you
anything.
You think releasing someone's home address is the same as releasing someone's name?
The people that care enough will go to the lengths with the real name to get there regardless.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, you and I definitely don't agree with that. I don't think you agree with that either. That's crazy. No, I think that there is definitely a difference between releasing someone's home address and releasing someone's name. 100%.
It's nuanced, but in the severity of outcome, somebody who's going to do something really bad anyway will get there regardless.
I agree, but that is like
with name.
But you're then describing basically you're basically describing something that like happens on the internet. Like when the moment that you go on a website, you're basically saying that like your information could be used against you, and it's like it's something that people understand. You know what I mean? It's something that people totally understand and operate under that principle. By your username alone, people could find out what your real name is. You know what I mean? Like very easily, because some people use their usernames on multiple accounts. They use it on Twitter, and then they accidentally fucking leak their name on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean. It's like completely outside of your control. Like, and we don't even know what Nadia's intent is, regardless. Even though I do think that her intent wasn't to like get someone to murder this person. I think her intent was to say, "Don't do this again."
Fair enough. I'm gonna do what we do in philosophy, right? You establish certain concepts flat out, and then you get there to a conclusion, right? Okay, let's say, okay, ready? Watch this. Okay, Nadia says, for those who want it. When she says those, okay, who want it? Who are these people? Who are they?
What? Repeat that.
When Nadia says, for those who want it, talking about for those who want the address, who are those people? Let's establish that.
Wait, what? She said for those who want it? Is that what she said?
Yes, she said that.
What do you mean? Like,
Nadia said,
I gotta watch the video again.
For those who want it, here's his name.
Yeah, no, she's like scaring the person.
No,
for sure.
Oh, like I said.
Yeah. No.
Who are those people?
Yeah, she's saying like for those of you in the chat who want this person's for every person that donates in the fucking chat that does this kind of shit, here is my example. I'm making an example out of this person. I'm making them fearful. Okay? I'm making them fearful that your information might be compromised. I do agree. I think that's the point. It's literally the exact same as me saying, I know your name. I have your information. I have your I have your school address. I can use it against you.
Okay. So I think, listen. So I don't know if I'm talking to Sir Biden, Donald Trump. I don't know if I'm talking.
No, I don't think she's saying for those of you who want it, like, because I don't think that you can fucking find. First of all, I don't even know what the actual video is, but no, that statement does make it riskier. However, like I said, because I don't personally think that like a name is easy enough to identify someone. Okay, I think that is like a lighter threat. Do you understand? Like it's a lighter threat in the same vein as like me basically saying, I have your information. I could use it however I want. And that's the reason you're saying that, because you're saying you want to create a deterrence. You know what I mean? You want to create a deterrence mechanism so that other people also understand that their names are attached to what they're doing and people could use that against them. You get it?
Yes. Okay. So, yes, I understand what you just said. The problem that I have is that you just approached a simple question like a politician giving a speech when asked a tough question. It's like you're skating around the hole, right? Like an ice skater. You're doing everything in the world except for answering the question, because I think the question is very important here.
No, I think her intent is no. She has intent. I'm saying that she has the intent of scaring that person. Her intent in that moment is to say, look, there is a deterrent for others who want to behave this way as well. She is trying to scare that person. I agree. I'm admitting that.
Actually, I don't even think I agree with that. I think she's not only establishing a threat.
Yes,
right?
she's threatening to dox that person.
She's a route that is literally a call to action for the people that want to interact with that person.
She is
negatively, probably.
She is threatening to dox that person. And when you get doxed, you have other people who literally can do horrible things to you. That's why it's a terrifying prospect. Okay? I understand all of that. My point is that because a name alone is not the same as a dox, it would be like an unmasking at the most. But I do want to see can you send me the video, by the way? Because I might not have the full context in this situation, because I did not hear her say.
People will donate $1 to me and they'll hate. So I just want to say, Daddy Slayer. Yeah. I know you used your name as Daddy Slayer, and you said
the threat
enjoy using
the dox. In my opinion, the dox already happened. The threat is that lead and possibly could lead to a direct action. What you want to breach, never breach the wall. You want to never breach the wall ever. That things could happen, because in reality, they probably will happen. And it's not something you want to explore as a creator ever for the viewers in your chat, because it breaches their safety.
I'm gonna watch this real quick. I wanna watch this again. Hold on. Is this video? She doesn't say the full name in this video, right? Because I don't want to get banned.
No. She beeps.
This video
using cheats, but what you don't know is that when you send me money on PayPal, it actually gives me your full name. So thank you for the $1 dono. For whatever reason, you find actual time to do something in your fucking life, because now you look like a fucking idiot. Again.
God damn, these people are so fucking annoying.
If anyone wants to know.
Wait, what is she saying? If anyone wants to know, and then space if anyone wants.
Space if anyone wants to know.
She's spelling it out literally. She said the address, although it's censored everywhere now. No, I don't think she did. If she sent the address, if she actually said her full fucking address, for her full email address, it's a justifiable ban.
Thank you for the $1 dono. Appreciate that. That will go towards my MacDonald.
And by the way, her intent is malicious. Like, I don't have a issue with that. I have said that already. Like, I agree with you. And I have done similar things in the past as well. She said the email address from the PayPal, not the physical address. Oh yeah, then I think if she said the email address from the PayPal, and I have said this from the start, I haven't had access to the actual full-blown fucking video because everything I've seen is beeped. But I've said this literally from the start. If she has the full email address that she gives out, yes, she deserves a ban. For sure. I said that already, though.
Okay. Yeah, so like I said, listen, I'm not here
if she gave an identifiable piece of information beyond the name, or a name and something else that allows people to track this person down, especially because it's a one-to-one, especially because people can use your email to directly harm you, to directly fucking harass you, then it turns into, and that is not a backpedal for xQc's chat. If you look back at the clip that I literally talked about in the morning before I even had all the information, then yes, that is a totally valid ban. I even said that in the beginning of the conversation with xQc.
Even entry-level bad people on the internet will literally cross-reference to leaked databases of hacked websites with their leaked backdoors, and they're gonna get everything out of them with the emails. They will smoke their ass to a crisp. Okay, that will happen. Okay, that happens. Okay, and basically what I was saying, okay, is that you cannot. Even if people in the chat said, "Oh, did malicious good?" Yet the malice or the wrong that the person did, okay, is tiny in proportions to what could possibly happen. In reality, might and possibly could.
But you recognize that, like, that's on the user as well, right? Like, that's certainly a responsibility on the streamer too, but you also recognize that it's on the user as well whenever they are on the internet. Like, I think that's the problem. Is like, what is the percentage is the issue?
The correct parties, like the authorities and the law, should deal with it like they are paid to, not the bums in chat, okay? Not the bums in chat, ready with their pitchforks out to defend their streamer. Because you don't know the lengths of these we're gonna go to. They will smoke them to a crisp. These people are not gonna have the niceness of knocking at the door. Hello, this is the police. They might smoke them up, and it's not something you want to explore, man.
No, I don't disagree with you. That's why I agree when I say doxing is like one of the worst things that you can do, which is why you and I are in agreement on like other forms of doxing, when it's like full-blown fucking identifiable information beyond someone's simple name. You know what I mean? Like beyond someone's name If you give him 2 things, then it's like literally fucking full-blown doxing. If you give him 3 things, it's full-blown doxing. If you give him the address, it's just the complete worst fucking moment of doxing. So that is truly the completely last moment, like the most unacceptable thing you can do. You and I are in agreement on this. What we are having a disagreement over is like whether or not you can find someone's address over their name. Yes, you can. But you can find someone's address over their username as well in the exact same way. And that's precisely what I'm saying, is that if you don't protect yourself when you're on the internet, then conduct yourself in a manner that, you know, doesn't open you up to the negative interactions with a fucking streamer or someone else. And I think that your analogy with the bottle at the comedy club is perfect. Like, you fucking throw a bottle at a comedian in the middle of a show, you're gonna get your fucking ass beat. You know, you did that. You did that. You threw the bottle.
The repercussions should come from you and the correct parties, not from chat.
I know, but you understand that like people will fucking pile on in that circumstance. So I do agree with your analogy. I'm using your, I'm using your analogy for that reason, because, you know, you are entering a public space. You are deciding to conduct yourself in a certain way that could open you up to circumstances that you were completely oblivious to, that you were unaware of. You know?
Yeah, okay.
And it's the same, and it's even the same as like literally just the person's like anonymous username, because you can fucking use just the username. When someone is donating with just their username, even if it doesn't have their actual personal detail, it is still very easy for that anonymity to be fucking ripped away from them. So and that's true. I could very easily find most chatters' personal, private information by just looking at their username alone, because most people do not conduct themselves with the appropriate cybersecurity protocols on the internet. They don't. I mean, you and I are fucked anyway. We don't even have that opportunity. We have our name out there, everything, and our face out there. So what a lot of people are upset about is that the anonymity that they take for granted when they conduct themselves on the internet was ripped away from them, right? They don't like that. Nobody likes that. But it's like, well, you know, use this as an opportunity to use this as a learning moment. Know that your shit's not private.
Let's go next. But I think genuinely, if the person went through the correct hoops to at least have some sort of anonymity, they should retain that anonymity, right? That is protected by terms of service and the website's channels for anonymity, like a username. That's
but
it.
A username doesn't guarantee anonymity either. Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? If like that's the reason why I kept mentioning, like, I can pull up a chatter's username right now on this stream, and I know for a fact that, and I know your chat could do this as well. There's plenty of people in your chat. There's plenty of people in every chat that could just straight up find that person's private information just as easily. But we have varying degrees of punishments for that sort of behavior, right? Because I don't think either of us would turn around and say, you know, that like neither of us would turn around and say like that's unacceptable. You can't pull people's usernames up anymore when you're banning them. You know what I mean? You can pull people's usernames up when you're banning them, right? And you look at their chat and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And from that you can find people's, and from that you can easily find people's like private information in a similar capacity to their name.
We can end this current topic on the disagreements through the nuance and the variety in degrees of anonymity, okay, on certain channels. Boom, done. That's it. That's all we don't agree on. Fair enough. Whatever.
Yeah, I think that like I do think that like some punishment is apt though for putting the name out there. It's just not like the same as what everyone is like championing. You know, get him clapped up for a month or anything like that. That's it. Like it is. There's a reason why I haven't used names when talking about people in the past, because I know that false I could get falsely tagged there and get banned. You know what I mean? So I conduct myself in that regard, because I know Twitch can be inconsistent with the way that they offer ban hammers.
Yeah. Anyway, I think whatever ban they would have chosen for her should have 100% stuck the whole way through. It's not a topic you want to ever back down from. Makes it look weak and makes it look like it's not a real issue. Okay, some of these things like call to actions, like violence, like people being harmed, people positively being harmed, and doxing things like that should always be whatever ban they choose. Whether it's 2 days, 1 week, it's full length all the way. Send a message.
I think people should also recognize that, one, the way they conduct themselves in people's chats and the way that they especially conduct themselves through PayPal or through Streamlabs might actually open them up to additional amounts of scrutiny. So they shouldn't be fucking trolling so hard and making this space more toxic. You know?
Yeah. They shouldn't do that. But the internet have shown over and over and over again that they will. And unfortunately, they are protected through anonymity. And terms of service prevents them from being
well, that's why
breached.
I don't think Twitch
Not people
ever
do it.
leaks personal usernames and associates them with their actual full-blown name. I think it's PayPal that's doing that. And these people can actually override it. You know what I mean? They can override it. They can put like fake names on there, which plenty of people do. But it's fucking, you know, except that one time they leaked everyone's income. Yeah, true. But
All right. What was
you
the
know,
next
they
topic?
shouldn't have done that. Oh, you were talking about Elon too. You want to talk about Elon Musk?
That is a hole in Actually, don't tell me. Just tell me your take. Shut up. I want to hear that. We're not gonna spend the entire day on that. We're gonna speed on it.
Okay, let's hear it. I want to hear your take. You start.
I had a take earlier, and actually I thought about it, and I had a different one. Okay, call me a changing Andy. So
Wait,
some topics takes some topics. I sometimes takes more thinking and having more information from the chat or having information on the internet. You can have a new take. Okay, I don't think it makes me anything bad to rethink about a certain take. I don't think it makes me bad. I think that's fine.
No, it's growth. Anyone that fucking screams backpedal is a baby, by the way. That shit pisses me off. It's called growth, motherfucker, okay? That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. And you should encourage others to change their opinions if they're faced with new information or a new approach that they had not thought about.
Yeah, okay. But
I ban people for doing that all the time whenever they say backpedal.
So at first, I was like, I didn't know. Basically, the take is that, okay, if the information is very public, is on the flight radar, like I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? Okay, I know this is really dumb. I use flight radar daily, okay? I have it bookmarked because I hear helicopters in the city all the fucking time, and I don't know what the fuck's going on, okay? Make sure I don't go live and something happens, okay? Like a bunch of helis above this, like. So I have flight radar all the time. I check helis all the time, okay?
Yeah.
I like my flight radar, bitch. I browse my flight radar in LA because fuck this city. Anyway,
Yeah.
So then, I don't think his plane or his jet is on those channels that are public. They simply are not.
No, it is. I think he has a there's a privacy filter, but like that one is like completely overrode regardless. But he actually took it off the privacy filter recently. There is like there's a level of additional privacy that you can get, but it doesn't matter because it's still a fucking plane. So there is no way to like completely get yourself off of the public radar.
So I was read, some guy said that the way you're doing it is they're using a bunch of systems, right? And they're figuring it out through interference and other shit where the plane is at. Which this is the same thing to me as like saying, well, his house is on Google Maps, so that's public, bro. I think that's fucking brain dead.
Yeah, no, that's really stupid. I 100% agree. I think that it's still public, by the way. It's like no matter what, because planes can't be private. The
PD heli is never on my flight radar.
The what heli?
The PD heli.
Wait, no, it 100% is. You probably don't have the same. You don't have the right filters on then.
Wait, what?
Wait, Yeah, definitely, right? It definitely is. All the PD helis are.
The other day, there was a PD heli circling somewhere, right? And there was other helis at different heights. I'm on the radar. I see 2 helis, the one right above, and not on the map.
Wait, that's weird. I'm pretty sure maybe they're on a delay or something because I think it has to be public. It's like internationally public. But regardless, look. My point is this, right? I understand the genuine fear that you have for your safety and the safety of your family members, right? And no matter what you and I talk about, ultimately, every flight is trackable, right? Every single flight is trackable. The quickest way to avoid that is by flying commercial, which Elon Musk doesn't want to fucking do, right? He wants to have his cake and eat it too.
People tweet about it. People literally dox on the spot.
Well, there are other ways that he can also avoid that level of scrutiny, which is charter different jets. You know what I mean? Have his own personal jet, but then charter other ones, which are non-doxable, non-traceable. But I don't even think that is doxing anyway. I think that luckily, airlines are very safe for the most part, because 9/11 happened. And there's a lot of fucking people with guns at airlines, and you can't really do anything there. So, no matter what happens, that information is public. Elon just wants billionaires to have privacy that the average citizen does not have access to. You, when you get on a plane, if people know you're on that plane, they can track you. That's just how it is.
Yes.
No matter what happens, that's just how it works. And Elon Musk's jet doesn't immediately offer his real-time location. It just offers the jet's location. And if the military-industrial complex is not even able to avoid that, then I don't think billionaires should have special privileges in that regard.
Okay, hold up. I have a tweet of some guy earlier, some dud, okay, said something earlier, okay, about the things not being public. Okay, it said that they're not public, and they have to go through some bunch of hoops in order to track it down. Okay, some dud. Anybody has a tweet? Okay, I think I got it. Hold up. Bing bong.
Yeah, is it Tim Pool? The Jack Sweeney was not posting public information.
Tim Pool, yeah, is that it?
Yeah, Tim Pool. That guy's a fucking idiot. Anyway. Yeah, he said Sweeney was posting the private information of Elon Musk, and he knew Elon had a PIA, which is to seek and protect the privacy of entities using private aircraft. Now, that is what is going on. Elon Musk did do that. Elon Musk stopped using that, I think, 6 months ago. So there is that as well. Even if it was such an important privacy concern, he stopped using his PIA. And also on top of that, no matter what happens, even if you use that PIA, it's just one additional layer of trying to get fucking privacy, but it doesn't matter because flights still have to legally be tracked and is public information, which is why it's very easily accessible if you want to. You know what I mean?
So how public are we talking though? In my opinion, it's about how many hoops you have to go through to get there. It's
like a crypto wallet. Planes are like the blockchain. You know what I mean? No matter what happens, if a plane fucking flies, you can trace it. And if you figure out what the marker is, if you get a new marker with a PIA, right? It doesn't matter. There's still a marker out there and your plane is still flying. You know what I mean? So if you figure out what that marker is, it's over. You know what I mean? They can very easily look your plane up with a new one. Now, that doesn't even matter because, like I said, they know where Air Force One is. That's the president, dog. That's just for everyone's personal security in general because planes are fucking literal jet fuel filled bullets in the sky. You know what I mean?
All right. I mean, I know it was that fucking public. Well, I had no idea. Okay. I think there's a way to do it. I think most of the time, not a lot of people pay attention to this shit. The plane's in there. I feel like people probably put a lot of pressure and probably overblown it just to do it, I guess. And everybody jumped on it, which probably made him do some dumb shit. Oh, well, at that point now, I think he's wrong then. I think if it's super public and shit,
it is.
Then it was just wrong.
So because it's super public, because like people fly. So here's the other thing: like people fly for fun, right? Like you can literally intercept a private jet with probably like a Cessna if you didn't know where the fuck every plane was at any given moment. Which is the reason why every fucking plane needs to be legally tracked at all times. So for that reason, and that's the reason why we have the Epstein flight logs. You know what I mean? Like everything is public, and I do think it's good to know where the fuck billionaires are flying. I don't have an issue with that. You could, if you are truly that worried about the safety and security of your family, you have enough money to literally get a separate chartered jet that you can rent out. You know what I mean? Every now and then when you want to make flights. Or just fly commercial.
With his level of wealth, he could buy a whole new jet every time he goes somewhere.
Yeah.
And it would never hit his income or his net worth ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
But he doesn't want that. He wants his cake and eat it too. That's what the issue is.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a straight buck. Okay. There are some things you can do when you're extremely rich to avoid some problems. It seems to me he didn't want to do the extreme lengths of dog shit that are very annoying to do that he could do, right? In order for people not to know, and then kind of complained that people knew and were reporting it. And the density of the reporting was fucking annoying. I have to agree with him. That the group was fucking dog shit.
Well, he did the Barbara Streisand, right? Like he fucking, if he hadn't like complained about it, he originally tried to take the account down specifically for that one. So ADSB database is like used for everyone.
Yes,
he literally went after this dude, took him down. Everybody called him out. They took even his private account down. Everybody called him out for it. So then it becomes like a big issue because if a tech billionaire is literally using their $44 billion toy that like a quarter of the country uses for communication in a way that like suits his own personal desires, that's a matter of national news, right? So for that reason, people started covering it. And then the motherfucker banned people who were covering the story. Like, that's crazy. That's their job. And it is the media. It's the primary platform that the media uses to communicate with one another too. So like, it was totally irrational. I think it just like went fucking crazy. And he thought because he's a billionaire and because no one tells him no and because no one ever tells him like.
It's a rookie hole. It's a rookie. He fell in the rookie hole.
He was rookie holed and he went in.
He rookie holed hard.
Yeah, and he thought he was like infallible. And there are plenty of dick riders that will defend him no matter what happens. So like he can kind of get away with it in his own mind. He thinks like, oh, it's fine. There's still people who love me. But like he doesn't think about the repercussions. But yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, fair enough.
But Elon wasn't even doing that, by the way. Elon wasn't even doing the PIA for the record.
Oh, okay.
He even stopped using that. So he just
should have done his due diligence, and he shouldn't have. I think dramatized that much what was going on. From that, I think he accelerated everything by a long shot and created a problem where there wasn't, and he kind of was put too far into his own mindset to back down, which happens sometimes. Okay, but sometimes when you're a big person and if you're influential, you have to not do that. But you know, dude. What do I know, man? I always double down on that shit. Quad down. 8 down, 64,000. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. But he didn't. Maybe he should have.
Oh, by the way, there are people who are in the chat, like even in this chat, saying like, oh, well, that's bullshit. If people were like, you know, intercepting your real time, you know, Porsche Taycan movements, like, and then someone decided to kill you, like that'd be fucked up, bro. In order to intercept Elon's jet, you need a HIMAR. Okay, you need HIMARS. You need like a fucking manpad, like. Elon is not flying over Ukraine, dog. Don't worry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a difference. Your car is not a fucking plane, okay? And even then,
I mean, you would need military to even
people are fucking events. Crazy. Like, they're falling ass backwards to like they're bending ass backwards to just like turn around, and try to like justify how you could like intercept someone on the sky. You have to be a literal terrorist to be able to intercept Elon Musk's jet.
Planes land, but I would assume when you come from a jet with that much status, his exit from the airport, right, to whatever's out there is probably well done enough that nobody even knows.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
And if you want to do something to that convoy or that spot, you have enough manpower for your operation to be a fucking crazy military grade with missiles and granadas. That ass.
Yeah, and he already has like, you know, mercenary fucking people defending him too, no matter what happens. So like, yeah, there is like adequate protection. This is we're talking about straight terrorism because like, you know, post 9/11, like planes can be used as a weapon. So that's the reason why it's like heavily fortified, heavily secured from every capacity, which is the weird thing because it's like it's the weirdest place to like complain about. You know what I mean?
Okay. One last thing about this again. A little bit of a parallel. What do you think about when the media, like, there's like a story about some guy who did something, or like he's like a suspect or something, right? And they go to their fucking house with their cameras and they dox them on national television. What do you think about that?
Wait, what do you mean? Media going to people's houses and doxing them on television?
Yeah, straight up. They go to their fucking houses.
Yeah, I think that it's entirely dependent on like the crime and what the fuck's going on, but I don't like it. I don't. I think that most, like, if you're talking about paparazzi, it's totally fucked
not
up.
paparazzi. No. Listen. Let's not get fucking delusional. The media is paparazzi. Literally.
Yeah, the media behaves like paparazzi as well, but there
ethical
are
and
ways
moral standards are
So
void.
here's the thing. There are ways that the media actually doesn't operate like paparazzi a little bit. Like, there are rules for media to follow where they can't like show identifiers, you know what I mean? And sometimes they do fuck it up. And sometimes they do, especially internationally, other countries definitely has weird rules about it. Like in Turkey, you can straight up fucking write the address of someone. I'm like, I don't understand how that is allowed. I think that's fucking nuts, personally.
If the case is juicing and it's cheese and applique and TMZ is there and everybody's on it, you bet your ass all the buses are coming out with their cameras and everybody's just going there and they'll deal with the fallout later on because they know how this shit works. They're morally and ethically bankrupt, okay? And it's a fucking problem. And Jordan's acting that they're above everybody's fucking pay grade or some shit is pure delusion. These are dumb fucks, okay?
Yeah, I don't think media should do that. I like your home address or like your domicile where you fucking live, where your family lives. Like, no, that's like off limits. I don't agree.
All right.
I think that's that is fucked up. Except like, again, there's like places where in Sweden and shit, people in my chat is saying like everyone's address and phone number is online database. I would feel more comfortable if no one had guns. You know what I mean? Like, I think that is the main problem, is that like we live in a country where there's like everybody has a fucking gun and they're crazy.
Tough to, you know what? I don't approach the gun topic because it's, in my opinion, it's very elaborate and has a lot of moving pieces. I'm not smart enough or knowledgeable enough or not ignorant enough to talk about it in full lengths. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, look, I like guns. I'm just saying that, like, unfortunately, a lot of people have guns. Too many people have guns.
So some people that can themselves, that are at risk, that are weak. Okay, in my opinion, if things get wrong, okay, they shouldn't suffer the consequences of these things. There are channels that they could use, okay, to defend themselves. But it's not, that would be in the utopian world where it's only use and it's only weak. Yes, like let's say you're a fucking 75-pound woman living alone, okay, in this trash neighborhood. Somebody breaks in, okay, and goes massive. I mean, what are the ways to deal with this? What can they do when the people come in? What do they do?
I do think that like the people that need guns like that for personal safety, even though it's not the best method of personal safety, should still undergo like a driver's license. You know what I mean? Like undergo.
Everything.
A shitload. Yeah, like a shitload
driver's
of regulation.
license, training.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like that's my issue for the most part. Like I don't give a fuck about guns. I give a fuck about like people just being able to go to Walmart and get one, you know?
Bi-yearly mental check.
Yeah, exactly.
More. Yep.
That's what I mean. Like that's
so
how they
important.
do it in Australia. That's how they do it everywhere else.
And here's my take. This is the thing I've had a long time ago. Again, and maybe it's the dumbest shit, and I hope I'm not irresponsible about how I use my platform. But listen. This is my opinion, okay? That people that are about to do some really dumb, horrendous shit, okay? A lot of times, okay? If there was more barriers of dog shit they would have to do, right? Before they get there, there's a good chance they probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a deterrent. Like that's why you have these rules. Yes.
Yeah, that was small thing. The what was against me, and there's 10 things that happened bad in my day, right? Okay. If I had to get to 10 steps in 2 weeks, of fucking dog shit paperwork for me to do what I want to do, okay, then I wouldn't fucking do it. Okay? But sometimes these busters, bro, they live in America. There's some dumb shit. They look to their left. There's 2 fucking guns with no locks on them. Like, bro, like, fuck, man.
That's the problem. That's why, that's literally how people have access. Like, people always say, oh, well, what about the illegal guns? It's like, bro, all guns were legal at a certain point, and some fucking dumbass didn't do the adequate care, and it got stolen from them. Some motherfucker who should not have had a gun was waving it around and got it stolen from them. And now it's an illegal gun. You know what I mean? Like, that's the problem. There's too many fucking guns in circulation and not enough adequate safety measures.
Yeah, especially since I learned through some documentary or some shit that whenever you go to buy a gun and they send a background check, the background check doesn't get cleared in like I think like 40 days or whatever. They say fuck it, right? They still have to sell it to you, right? And then whatever, right? If things are backlogged, and things are backlogged or some shit, right? I don't know. It's something like that. I don't remember what it is. Anyway.
Depending on your state, there's like multiple days that you need to. There's multiple days that you need to wait. Some like in California, I think it's a 10-day waiting period, no matter what. Yeah, that is how that works.
Okay. Okay. What about all that? Last thing after a project. What about the Rich Campbell thing?
Campbell, I haven't seen it yet. I have no idea what happened. It was developing while I was live and talking about Elon Musk, but I'm gonna look into it after. I have to pee right now.
It's been deleted.
Wait, what happened? They deleted it?
Uh-oh.
What?
The initial tweet it just got deleted.
No way. What, like the initial tweet, like outing him or something?
Yeah.
Oh no, someone's saying no, her account is locked.
I mean, that's kind of something.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. But from what I understand, it's like a pretty serious accusation.
It's very serious.
Yeah, it's a really, really serious accusation, like fucking super serious. I mean, I haven't looked into it yet. It's kind of long. I was gonna do that.
All right, well, you go ahead. You go ahead and you go through that.
Yeah, after I finish the Elon stuff on my end.
All right.
But yeah.
All right. Well,
but I don't want to be rookie hole, dude. You know what I mean? These are serious
accusations. Of course, yeah, exactly. That's why I'm not loading you up. I'm just telling you. Did you see it?
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I'm not saying anything about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well. Okay. Well. Cover your news. I'm gonna go eat something.
I mean, this was productive though. This was a very productive conversation, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
It's good.
Okay, good.